You dig? You know, and I've been kind of just really trying to be to myself and trying to figure shit out. So I've been thinking about a couple things. You dig? Hold on, yeah. Hold on, yeah. Hold on. Loving the confidence, she loving my compliment. Be careful what you pray for, cause this shit come with consequence. I feel like I'm ballin', I ain't passing the rock and shit. She can tell a nigga cocky, but she killing my cock and shit. Look at my accomplishments, take a look at how far we been. When I wake, I praise the Lord, so I'm just thanking my God and shit. The must of grieving letters, man, I think I might cop this shit. They cost about 800, but I think I'm a cop. But what's the deal, what's the problem? That's a bet we can solve. I know some niggas in the game that have you cut like a barber.
I like to welcome you to the world's fucking greatest fucking podcast in the
fucking
world. I don't know why I like curse words so much. I really like saying curse words.
I think they're awesome, honestly.
Like,
especially if you can use them right.
Like, fuck is my favorite word.
I love an old person that can curse.
You know how, like, Too Short's favorite word is bitch? Oh, what's my favorite word?
Bitch. Oh, man.
Well, I had to say it, like...
Short.
But, like, my favorite word is fuck. Like, anytime I can say fuck, I'd be happy as fuck. Because fuck just has a good ring to it. And just like...
Fuck do ring off.
Like, tell me how many times you said fuck and haven't been, like, satisfied with the outcome of the sentence. And not been satisfied with the outcome of the sentence. Tell me. Like, just really think about when you have to go to the word fuck.
Fuck is a really aggressive.
That's my point.
It's like the most aggressive curse.
And that's why I like it. So I was thinking about. So I tweeted. Remember I tweeted the other day about I like aggressive languages, and one of my favorite, some of my favorite languages are the Slavic joints.
Can you say that? I was about to ask. Do they like being called that?
I don't know, but isn't that what the language is? Like, is it Slavic? I don't know.
I believe so.
Yeah. Okay. So those languages, like. You know, like those Eastern European ones where it's just
very
like
Germanic.
Yeah, where it's just a lot of
where English comes from.
Like, yeah, honestly, because like think about English don't make sense. Like it's a nasty language. Like photo, PH.
First of all, that's the last.
How do we do that? No, but that's my point about English. But it's like that's the thing about English. It's just biting from everywhere and making up things, and it's just like, all right, now take it. And I don't really like that, but that's not my point. My greater point is that I love the Slavic languages, and I think that is why I like fuck so much, because it's like an aggressive version of like one of those things, well, a bunch of those languages. So now I'm trying to think about how we can get fuck into like everyday lexicon, and I just haven't really thought about it yet. So I just wanted to bring that here because you guys seem like smart gentlemen. Maybe you guys got some ideas for me.
What do you mean by everyday lexicon?
Like, you know, I'm just gonna like, so maybe it's not thought of as maybe a bad word.
It's too late for that, buddy.
But like, all right, so think about it.
Some centuries back then.
No. So a fag, right?
Whoa, cigarette.
There we go. So my thing is that language. You know, my big thing, language change.
I'm upset that they took that away.
You see what I'm saying? So why can't we
read this conversation last night? The R word.
Come on.
I am upset.
All right. So what? All right. Since we're here, what are some words that are banned and not like banned, but like are pretty like, you know, the streets say you can't say
R word.
Okay. Please do not say the word. Do what Book did. Say the R word.
Please. I tried my best. I tried. Like, as soon as you said that, I was like, okay, bet. The F word?
Yes.
That you said earlier?
No, see, I think you can say a fag. No, but you have to say a fag.
Whoa, I'm not saying it.
Why not? I literally see the TikTok.
I'm not going to try.
I literally see the TikTok of the Brits saying it. And you know me, I'm trying to get with my Brits, so like, I gotta start using.
But the term that we saying it and the reason it's banned ain't that reason.
But that's what I'm. But no, smoking a fag. Like, yeah.
Charles.
We like getting that off in America.
Exactly, but that's my point. You have to.
They are though.
They really do. Them white cousins in the clubs,
I was about to
or
say,
like in them bars, they
them white
definitely,
cousins,
they definitely be saying that. Like when it's time to get lit, at the end of it, like they
niggas will walk up to you. I was hitting the jack one night, leaving work down DuPont.
Niggas going with the F.
Cuz walked up to me and was like, "Hey,
niggas going with the F is hilarious."
Cuz walked up to me and was like, "Hey, you got another fag?" And I was like, "Whoa, brother."
You see what I'm
and
saying?
I was like, "Whoa. No, I don't."
You see what I'm saying?
Call me
Because
out,
bro,
bro.
you can't, bro. Like yo, language is language, bro. I'm not saying that we should just be saying it all wild and crazy, but I'm just saying
We had a
like,
good laugh with each other though.
you know what I'm saying? Sometimes you wanna get off some cheeky words, and I just think that like there's some joints. Like, first of all, you shouldn't just be calling people the R word for any reason. Like, that's just crazy. But, like, yo, there be some type of behavior that be kind of wild sometimes. Like, not saying that it is up to that standard.
Automatic.
But, I didn't hear what you said this time.
I didn't say anything. Automatic feels me though.
Nasty word. But I'm just saying, like,
Hey, yo.
should we consider... I'm just saying, we should really consider it. Think about it.
Yeah,
I don't know why it's been on my mind so much, but it's really been on my heart.
These are insults going up, man. They took that away from us, you know? Just call it, someone.
All right, what's some other shit that they took away from you? Because once again, I be watching too much.
But then the older Southern people got this joint, like it's similar to the R, but they be like, he touched. That shit used to tickle me back in the day.
You know what thing I be seeing now? They be like when the shorties be calling niggas sassy, like they can't call niggas sassy anymore. I fucks with that though.
There's some sassy niggas out here.
Nah, I get that, but like, you just really like, it's just a fake insult. It's just like, if you want to call a nigga gay, you might as well just call him gay.
Right.
Like, why
We can't do that no more.
But that's my point, so that's what I'm saying. But now they tell them they can't use sassy, and I'm with that too.
I didn't know sassy was banned.
Oh yeah. Well, here's the thing. There's words that are banned on the internet, and then words that are like actual.
Why did they get sassy out the pen?
Because they said that's just like,
The
you
men are
know,
sassy.
yeah, they were just saying it's just like a way of saying a nigga gay. You can't, and like Mook said, you can't just.
What's wrong with that?
Well, you not just be calling niggas gay as an insult is banned these days.
You can't say it on the internet.
That's what I'm saying. Like these.
You
I'm
can't
talking about
tweet a
these-
nigga and be like, these gay niggas, and they not really gay. Like,
Yeah, like.
So if I call Sassy Ramsey, which I call him all the time, niggas would try to get me out the way for that now?
Yeah.
Okay.
be sassy.
I'm just telling you what I see. And
Be sassy, bro. And
Yeah,
you know,
what's
smoking
going on?
hookah, shaking hips is just like, all right, bro. You are sassy.
Hold on. So, smoking hookah, shaking.
And shaking hips. Hey, that.
I didn't even know.
You've seen this. Like, this is a specific thing that you saw. Man. No, but I mean,
The shaking hips is where you got me right going live.
Brother, it threw me off as well.
Like, because you know they got the list of things that niggas, you know what, niggas can't do this.
Yeah.
So the smoking hookah, because you know, he's the only one who really smoke hookah, so he might feel some,
Even he hasn't smoked hookah in a while.
I pretty much all year for real.
pretty much.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
So you can say, like, you on the hand.
On the hand, I can snap counts probably like 5-6 times, which is
You got
That's nothing.
16?
it's nothing for me.
That used to be bi-weekly.
It's March.
So, and, like, you know, in about, like, 3 months, only smoking hookah 6 times is something.
For me.
Okay.
As a nigga who wants to add several hookahs in his own, like
Oh, you don't have, the hookahs didn't make it to the,
hookahs I haven't seen like since 2021-ish. I don't know.
oh, wow, so you kicked the hookah. That's good. Why? Were you tired of people making fun of you?
Get on the pony.
Huh?
Nigga went that on the pony.
Sadly. Yeah.
So when you see niggas talk about other niggas in the hookah, how do you feel? Well, as a man who sometimes partakes,
Hookah, you know, hey, get your jokes off.
just can't get your jokes on. It's just that simple.
You know, man.
But to Magic's defense, he didn't do what I described.
I wasn't shaking hips.
You were just saying.
But I mean, what the fuck?
You just enjoyed
That really sent y'all for a kicker, huh?
Oh, yeah, that's
So we seen somebody. But niggas been smoking hookahs for centuries.
Yeah, but it's
You know what I'm saying? It's not no woman thing.
that's the most. I think the most hilarious point.
No.
Hookahs definitely has probably more to do with just like
The culture.
than it has to do with like some man or woman type vibes.
It's a vibe though for the broads, you know.
You think so?
Yeah, I was actually watching some podcasts have this same discussion, and they're just like, yo, bros be like, yo, I'm not gonna go there if they're no damn hooping and shit. At times, there's women like that. I mean, man, you know, set up the plays, little hooping, catch a vibe, man.
My thing is that when is that like not an excuse? Like every time I hear people like get into certain conversations, they're like, well, the women like it, so we'll just do it because they're like, at what point is just like that's just bad vibes? Like fuck if the woman like it or not. I'm just not that hookah should be the line, should be the thing we draw the line at. Like I'll do the hookah for the bras, like you know, it don't bother me either way. But I'm just curious, is there a certain line where niggas is like, don't play that music because the bras don't like it. Don't wear it. Like when the niggas just like, fuck with the bras, like I'm doing this because I like it. I'm just curious. Or is it always done for the bras?
Always for the bitches, bro.
Okay,
You heard what your man said. He said he do it for the girls, man. He said he get fly for him, but secondly, it's for the women.
Now, once again, I'm just curious. So there's no line being drawn. That's so you know. So yeah, I mean, listen. I personally am of the mindset that like the Shaws will just be with whatever, so you could do whatever. But that's just my thought process.
I'm with it too. Like, you know, but I'm also pro do it for the women as well. I'm super do me though. Conform. Lady, you gonna conform.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
Lady.
Women's History Month. Women's
This
History Month.
man said, lady, you are going to conform.
Yo, you said don't play the song because the woman want it. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get my shit off. My music at least. You gonna listen to this shit. I don't give a fuck. Fuck it.
Just fuck it.
Conform is crazy.
But it is Women's History Month. Shout out all the women.
But it is.
I mean, my guy pointed out the fact, you know what I'm saying? Throw that out there.
All right. So, March being Women's History Month, is there anything that you have in particular that you feel special about Women's History Month?
No.
What do you mean by that?
What is anything special?
Yeah.
Well, you know, Black History Month. You know, people feel like you know, something they feel it's special when you know about culture. That nature is Women's History Month. Does it entice you to like go look up certain? Cause you know that's when people be looking up endless random Black History
Month only
facts.
for American blacks.
In February, I think the ones in Britain have it in like October or November or something like that.
All right.
And I think maybe a few other places, but I think Black History Month is a U.S. invention for sure.
Well, I mean, like the history itself. Like, do we only focus on like the American part, or like the ones that come from America? Because like
That's a good question.
yeah,
I think that all
like every time February comes around, just like the 1609 project or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
And it's just 1619 project.
I believe so.
And it's just like stuff of the law. And excuse me if I mispronounce your project, because I feel like you're doing great work, honestly. But you know, there's a lot of kingdoms and things that happened before then. Kingdom that were destroyed because of this said project that's not talked about. So that's the only reason I asked.
No, man. I think you have a.
Like Abu Bakr II, you know what I'm saying? He sailed to America before Columbus did.
Yeah. See, what it is. More fun facts. We learn every day.
Black history, but he wasn't American though. He was also Muslim.
So how do you? So I'm just curious. Like when we talk, so that's what you read about, like American and Black history.
Yeah.
Okay. No, I think that's a legitimate question, but I don't think people are digging into the waters personally.
Not at all. But to answer your question about Women's History Month, yeah, I feel like it should be international. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like Women's Month is more international. Like
Yeah,
it gets
definitely
more of a global vibe.
It
Like
definitely is.
people be talking about like
Women from everywhere.
yeah, how we can all help women, things of that nature.
How long has this month been Women's History Month? Man?
I'm sure we could Google real quick.
I just feel like growing up, I don't recall knowing that it was Women's History Month.
Maybe you weren't paying attention.
Maybe I wasn't.
I'm gonna say your phone now.
But lately it's feeling like, you know,
But
I think
isn't
it's
that,
more of a thing now.
but see, that's what I'm saying. Like, maybe isn't that
I'm gonna say more inclusive.
maybe
since we brought it up too.
a thing about like our society that like like Mook said, like we're more willing to care about Women's Month as a thing. Like we're wanting to focus on it and care about it. Maybe that's like a positive, little good vibes.
In 1987, after being petitioned
That's really new.
by the National Women's History Project,
1987. That's no issue.
Congress passed Pub L 100-9, which designated the month of March 1987 as Women's History Month.
That's all right.
That's alright. It's not bad. It's not bad. So you fucking with that? Does that make you more or less vibey with the Women's History Month?
Other women vibing with it, man.
Yeah, I
What
think so.
they be getting off during the month, man.
What do women get off during Women's History Month?
Yeah.
I mean, they get appreciated for sure. I know certain, like for instance in DC this month, I know a lot of places are just having female DJs. Like they're not having any male DJs. Like they're only hiring females every weekend.
Get them hot.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Shit like that. A couple of the Islamic pages I follow shout out women of all walks of life and religious background. So it's just like, you know, if they got some historical significance, I'm pretty sure they're getting their love. And again, just, you know, I'm pretty sure like Shein and shit like that having a say. If it's regular capitalism shit. Like
You said regular capitalism shit.
Nah, that is.
I'm about to say, but like I think maybe that's more so my question. Like for all these months, like what do they like consist of? Because you know, like Black History Month is like what? It's endless sales, it's endless events, it's endless it's endless like kind of like celebrations of culture of Black culture. So I'm guessing for Women's History Month, it would be for women. So I'm just curious, like, is there anything you find that you like, oh, maybe I should care about that a bit more. I should want to do that. That intrigues me a bit. Or it's just like, hey, it is what it is. It's another month of a holiday that the man has created. That's the vibe.
I like that.
I already knew that's what he was doing. That boy lean right every time, man.
Those women though, man.
But shout out to the women. Shout out to the women.
Shout out to the mothers. You guys are important.
No, for sure.
I'm with that.
Shout out to the mothers.
But, you know.
Just the mothers. What about the women? Damn.
Well, shout out to them too. I said shout out to the women at first. Now you're trying to nitpick my women, alright?
Oh, see.
All encompassing.
All encompassing.
Like that.
A woman.
I'm not even going.
I have a question, but I'll leave it.
I wasn't even going to attack it.
No, it had something to do with this subject, but I'm not even going to do that.
This subject of women?
Women's Month.
No, you might as well go. We're here.
Nope.
Not at all.
Nope. Not even going to touch that water.
I'm very curious now, so.
I am too.
When we get done now, actually. Well, we can bleep it, but
anything can be bleeped. That's just how things work.
if it will, though. And you look at this nigga's face, and he's looking into the camera. And it's just like, depending on the question, he's not bleeping shit.
I don't know, you request it, usually get bleeped.
So do transgender?
Honestly, I was gonna ask him like, was how encompassing was his work?
Yeah, that's where I was coming from.
I was gonna ask him how
I
encompassing.
probably wouldn't have anything to
Like listen, I ain't know if niggas wanted to attack.
Hey,
Like that's what I ain't know if
the water was right there. I was like,
if niggas really wanted to tackle that. Cause I be seeing niggas talk about it, and you know what? I be like, that's not my business. Like, I let women handle that.
So are they letting them get that off?
I don't know.
Hey, brother. Every woman who I have seen, there was actually, you know what's actually funny?
I'm telling you that
No. I will tell you. There's this
I'm telling you right now. There's not no. That's why I asked.
Hold on.
Do we have to bleep this? Because we're getting there now.
No, we got
When I said that, hold on.
It's not in there.
When I said the name Alice Walker, what do you think of?
Alice Walker.
Yeah.
That's the transgender one from DC, right?
No, Color Purple.
Oh, okay.
But she wrote the Color Purple. I think the original play.
Yeah.
And she recently been in the news.
And she didn't get no love for the film adaptation, did she?
I don't really know.
Okay.
I don't have all that. But apparently, recently she got in some hot waters because she offered J.K. Rowling's like,
what she said?
real women, you know, are because you know that's J.K. Rowling's bag.
I'm here.
Like this basically the last 4 years is like
J.K. Rowling don't fuck with trans or gay people.
she like we the real woman. She like this is my plight.
Yeah.
So like she be getting out of here like she's really like it's J.K. Rowling's version. Look at
JK.
you're jealous.
He leans right every time. He leans right every time.
every time.
He leans right every time.
Hilarious nigga say
No nonsense.
Bold of you.
No nonsense.
Loved your books. Didn't read them.
Bold of you.
Very bold of you. But so Alice Walker apparently got some heat or some hot water because I didn't see exactly what she said, but basically on some, you know, like trans women aren't real women.
Mm-hmm.
So she's well respected. I think she's the first black American woman to win a Pulitzer Prize for fiction.
That's all right.
So for the Color Purple.
That's all right.
So like she's pretty much like in that notoriety and within the industry, and like I said, on her J.K. So Mr. Lean Wright.
He said, we know what he said.
You know where Mr. Lean Wright sits, but
No. Maybe I said it for the joke.
okay, maybe. Do you want to clear it up?
No, you're about to continue.
Normally people will clear up things, but I guess not. I just think that it's interesting because like that's not my place, so I let the women decide. But like I always find it interesting when people try to make it like a definitive, like, oh, this is how people feel, because then you have the JKs, the outs, who obviously do not feel that way. Like, and people, and I just always am curious as the idea of like, there's no discussion to be had, because obviously people who you think who have been claimed to be smart and obviously feel differently. So like, do these people like
Geniuses of their craft.
Of their craft? So like, I'm just very curious for like the woman. Once again, this is not for me. This is for the woman to decide. Like,
I wish we had a woman here.
do they? Because I've seen a lot of women be like, they not fucking with J.K. Rowling no more. She's a bigot. She's all these things, and I'm like, yeah. I mean, that lines up with what you say about people who tend to say these things. So as long as people are consistent, I'm not really mad. I'm just curious. I wonder, do the ladies, how strongly the ladies feel as a whole. And once again, not my place, but shout out to them.
But me personally though, whatever you say, I'm with you, champ. Put that out there.
I'm super. Everyone get it how you live.
Yeah. You tell me your pronoun. That's what that called. Adjective. No,
it's your pronoun.
Pronoun. Okay, thank you.
Actually, I don't know.
Yeah.
To be honest,
you tell me your pronoun.
I feel like people don't really do that in real
I got
life.
you.
I feel like that's something like, once again, this is an internet thing.
Oh, brother.
Oh no, that's what we gotta go to before we get to the other shit.
What?
The Mexican cartel people.
Oh yeah.
All right. So y'all see the story, right?
Yeah. Before I even read the story, I already knew what it was, but yes.
All right. So my thing is, there's so many layers to this that I think there's a healthcare layer.
That's number one.
How, like, no one, like, I see a lot of people talk a lot of shit about, immigrants coming to America, da-da-da-da-da.
But the wealthy people in America are going to third world countries to get...
But, like, literally at the heart of this issue, if you ever heard, 4 Americans, black people from America, went to Mexico, went for a treatment of, like, some sort of stomach treatment.
Like a tummy tuck.
And within doing that, got caught up in the Mexican cartel area.
They got caught in a shootout.
Within the Mexican cartel.
That's how
heavily,
they got fucking kidnapped.
Heavily inspired, heavily guarded area.
Walking down the street.
And ultimately 2 lost their lives. And then 4 were kidnapped, 2 lost their lives, and 2 were brought back. But, like I said, to people always talking about, like, how, like...
They also turned into kidnappers. Allegedly.
Yeah, the cartel. We'll get to that part of the story in a tad bit. But no. But the point I just think is wild. Like the original issue is that this young lady needed to have a medical procedure. What we've been told. So that's why she went across the border to get it done. Can we pause for a second? In apparently the wealthiest country in the world, your citizens got to go across the border.
One of the shittiest health cases.
Well, that's my whole point. Like, for people,
I don't even think we cracked the top 10.
For people to talk about like how bad, like how much, like
fucking Mozambique probably got better health care.
How many immigrants and all this shit. Like, you literally got people in this country who decided yo, I gotta go to Mexico to go get a procedure done.
Streets telling me they came from South Carolina.
South Carolina.
Mm-hmm. Drove
to Mexico.
Well,
I found this out last.
Yeah, because Texas. Yeah, bro. Why do people keep acting like Mexico is not?
South Carolina is not. Like that.
Like you're here. Why are you going?
If you go through Texas, which they did.
I mean, they gotta go down and then over.
Okay, but you. Yeah. But you went through
you gotta get to the border of Texas. Like that's not like
you did it.
That's what I'm saying. Like people act like people don't drive across the country all the time.
It was 4 of them, so they probably did it in one shot.
5.
No, I only saw 4.
I only saw 4.
Fifth one, obviously that was the chick with the ID that they made.
Oh yeah, who did it? Yeah.
They saying she's the one that they got from South Carolina. They saying she was supposed to be their translator.
Yeah, that's the part of the story I did see, that she stayed. All right, so basically they were in Brownsville. They were in Brownsville, Texas. United States. Anyone who's ever Mexico, Texas border, boom, boom, boom. Apparently, the girl did not have her passport, so she could not get into Mexico. So she stayed in Brownsville, which is 15 minutes
outside of the border.
Outside of the border.
Yeah.
And apparently the dudes went there, got lost. They couldn't translate. Didn't know who to contact. Boom, boom, boom. And that's when all that shit happened. She said she called them, phones died. It's a lot of things. You should read the story and find all the details for yourself. But my greater point is that let's just say we take the story because Omatic is,
I don't like knowing this much.
There's questions to be asked. But let's take everything as super face value.
This shit's getting sad now.
This shit is wild.
Let's take everything as super face value.
I'd rather watch a documentary on Netflix about this.
You had to go to literally a third world country to get health care. And I don't think how people, and no matter, I think people have to address the real issue at hand, because that's an issue.
So even if you go to Turkey to get your teeth done, which is also a big thing, I don't think you should have to go there to do it.
Bro, women are going to the DR, all these places.
Yeah, I mean they've been dying there for a while
to get all types of surgery done.
For 7 years.
And my thing is
that's not a story.
Why doesn't anyone acknowledge the fact that if women in this country or people in this country feel like they gotta go out to literally third world countries to have medical procedures, that should say something about the country we live in, right?
Fucking plastic surgery doctors are celebrities now.
Yeah, Dr. Miami and such.
Yeah. Motherfuckers be having their own TV shows, we're TLC and Bravo, shit like that.
Dr. Pimple Barber.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure, but
maybe they just do it better there. And so these people want to go to
what does that say? What does that say?
I've heard that that's true though.
Even if it is
true, want to go to the best person that's available. And maybe I have to go out of the country to do that.
But my thing is that all right, let's say I agree to that sentiment. When in the history of the world do you go to literally a place with lesser facilities? Because not like these people are going, the city, it wasn't like she was in Mexico, they were in Mexico City. They were literally
it was in a border town.
In a border town. You're not going to the top of the top. If that was the case, I agree. Okay.
Tijuana. They didn't go to Glasgow.
Man.
What the fuck you saying, cuz? Niggas was in motherfucking... Yeah. Motherfucking shanty town.
I don't know nothing.
I'm just saying,
story seems
it just
sketch as fuck.
It just makes me very worried, or it makes me it makes me perk in my eyes when I hear people having to go to literally third world countries to have medical procedures done, and
that shit pisses me off.
Who come from the greatest and the richest country in the world, supposedly.
And South Carolina got a good ass hospital. Good ass hospital. They got multiple, because they got multiple universities that specialize in certain health shit.
They was saying they was going there and they was going to come back, but they was like, how you about to get some surgery and then ride back in the same day?
I mean,
Like you ain't all stitched up and shit. Like,
depending on some procedures you
Some
in and out.
procedures, yeah.
I'm saying.
Some procedures definitely take longer, some don't. But once again, like, I
Niggas be
think...
getting heart surgery and out the next day, walking out the hospital the next day.
How long is that drive?
Son, it has to be at least 18 hours.
So I'm just saying, like, that was a wild story. So I think before...
Because from here to New Orleans is like 13.
They said some of the whatchamacallit, some of the commentary was anti-black. Did you see any of it? Did you agree?
I mean,
I didn't know they're black.
I didn't know either.
Till right now.
Oh wow, you didn't know the people who were involved.
Like when I initially heard the story, I didn't know they were black. I later figured it out when my coworkers told me.
27 hours. Get the fuck out of here.
From South Carolina to
Get
yes.
the fuck.
Like why do people keep acting like Mexico is that like a day trip? It seems about right, right?
Nigga, Texas big as fuck.
Yes, that seems about like I don't.
Texas itself is
This
a
doesn't
day.
seem like a long like.
Now the question is, why are you driving? Though that's my ultimate
Because
question.
you have to pay for the surgery.
My nigga fly.
They're coming from South Carolina, my nigga.
Nigga fly.
Might not have the money.
Let's just say over 1,000 miles. That's gas.
I know people who drove from Chicago to LA. Like, that's the thing. Like, Mexico is on the border. It's like on the continent.
Chicago to LA gotta be at least 8. No, that's gotta be at least 14, 15.
I don't know, but if you I think if you do it straight, it's something. But it's literally a 2-day trip if you stop. So like, that's what I'm saying. If people do shit like that, drive from South Carolina, Mexico.
Foley definitely drove.
It's not that crazy.
Definitely drove from Vegas.
That's what I'm saying. Like, once you really think about it, people drive this continent a lot.
All the time.
Nigga,
Every day.
my drive to Niagara Falls, basically, I drove to Canada, was fucking 8 hours. Literally. Took us 8 hours to drive from here to Canada.
Yeah, I used to drive to Florida. Often.
14, 16 hours? 18?
Well, Orlando's 12.
No, Orlando's 12. So,
If you speed.
depending on where you go, bro, that's half a road.
Yeah,
Once you get to the Carolinas, speed limit 85 anyway.
one of them Carolinas was bad.
South.
Probably.
Yeah.
It was like, don't wild out.
North don't care. Just don't go crazy though.
How they don't care but don't go crazy.
Because like if you like, say you like weaving in and out of traffic, that's how you going crazy. But if you just in your lane, just driving fast,
What is most
and then
places?
you get over and then get back over, like you chilling. For
Man, that's what most places.
Yeah,
Is.
for sure.
As long as you're not weaving out, that's how niggas be getting caught.
Yeah,
Cause
I can't drive no more like that.
this nigga driving Miami like a dickhead. Oh my god.
To Florida. Can't do Florida. Took buses to Florida.
How long is the bus trip to
The
Florida?
bus jump is the 18.
Yeah.
You know, you stopping and shit.
Yeah.
Because North Carolina 8 on the bus. Driving that motherfucker like 5. So we can make 2 stops.
I said I can't.
On the way to
Can't do
Carolina.
that.
I'm like, bro, we do not need to stop here.
Yeah,
We
driving.
stopping in Mebank.
I drove to Chicago from here once. That shit was like 12 hours. This was pretty good. Listen, driving is only fun when the destination is kind of like within a certain time, within a certain frame.
Or shit on the way.
I can do 3 hours.
Drive,
And I won't be upset.
so basically analyze where you stop.
In New York, we make me get mad too, man. That's like 4.
But just make sure the traffic.
Traffic is terrible.
So then, where do you drive? Just Philly?
Do that. I really based it off of when I was in Florida and I would literally drive from Orlando to Miami. And I was like, I can do 3 hours. I'm not mad at this. But doing the 10s, the 12s, I was like, this is stupid, bro.
Yeah.
I had to go to few times. It's just like 8, 9 hours. Could be 11. And it's just like...
Yeah, I went to Hartford once. It was 11 hours.
Like, what is this, man?
Yeah, Connecticut is a...
I like Connecticut, though. It's chill.
Connecticut is a chill vibe. I've only been like twice, but it was cool.
It's nice.
I could get more. I could get more Connecticut in my life.
Dudes do Rhode Island.
Yeah, listen.
That's where Bob's.
Shannon Ben Stamp. That is the vibe.
She said Rhode Island.
Rhode Island. She was like they used to drive there from Boston. She says about like 30 to 45, depending on traffic. And she was like, that's where the party is. That's where they be having fun. That's where they turn up. I was like, okay.
For real, it was in Johnson, Rhode Island too.
There once, and I was like, wow.
It's a lot of Bohemians out there. A lot of island people out there.
I also heard it's a lot of
Y'all niggas forget this far north.
How? A lot of niggas. Good evening.
Good niggas.
I also heard it's a lot of Cape Verdeans.
Yeah.
They're in Boston, right?
Yeah, Rhode Island, Boston. That's what I was thinking about specifically.
Yeah, I was like, where did that happen? But I fucked with the idea.
So yeah, y'all niggas heard about the Underground Railroad, huh?
Not your girl, you heard the jokes.
It's freedom when they said. These niggas getting spanked by the 40.
Bro, look up. I thought I saw 50. What is this?
Alright, hold on. So, what I said, all the real shit was in sports. I'm gonna roll this up because I got the papers.
I know exactly what you meant, Charles.
Ja Morant, brother Ja Morant has had a tough week or two.
Heck, yeah, I guess.
Year?
Yeah, when were they playing the other night? It was one night. I forgot what night it was. But I forgot some shit started in January. But they put like all this shit.
But all that shit.
Huh?
Huh?
From the op?
No, this was from one of the homies Dre hooked me up with. No, I saw but all that shit was alleged. All that shit was stuff
Just like shit. Just piling up.
No, for sure. It's not a good look. There's no denying that.
He's wild.
I'm just mad he had that lawyer's pistol.
Thank you.
Here's my
You are
thing.
from South Carolina, my nigga.
All right, so here's my Ja Morant question for everybody. Now that because we keep getting information like it feels like daily about this nigga in the situation. The latest shit I seen. Did y'all see the strip club pictures?
Nope.
Oh man, go look it up. The strip club leaked the photos of him in the joint, and my man is having a ball.
I love that.
He's having a ball.
But they snitched.
Bro, so this is where I'm gonna get. So when we
Who
first
got paid?
So when we first found all this shit,
Somebody got
when we first
paid.
found out about this shit, I was like, man, Ja Morant, you can't be doing shit like that, bro. Like you wildin', boom, boom, boom. Like that was stupid, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then I had to be like, hold on. Let's take it a step back. Go ahead. All right, yeah, he was stupid.
Mm-hmm.
No denying he was stupid. Why you got your gun out?
Please
There's no
don't
need to
let
like.
that be his gun. Please, I hope that's not his gun.
I hope it's not.
I don't think it was his gun.
Why do you have a gun out?
But yeah, why
Why do you have a gun out? That's the greater question. Why you got a gun out? You don't need to have a gun out. There's no need for you to.
You don't need to have a gun, period.
You know, you shouldn't be the one
With the gun.
If anyone's carrying the gun, it shouldn't be you, Bucko. Like there's other people who can carry the guns if guns need to be carried.
And should be carrying the guns if guns are being carried.
But nonetheless, he's young for all intents and purposes. So like,
Y'all are like 23, right?
yeah. And if I'd never had $1 million yet, let alone been 23 with hundreds of millions of dollars. So I don't want to speak and be
That's
like,
so long, we get that.
yeah, for sure, But like I don't want to like pass judgment on somebody like that because to me, that's a different type of lifestyle. Like it's very easy.
All right, I can't relate.
It's very easy to be like, oh yeah, that's stupid, that's dumb, that's this, that's that. Yeah, because you thinking from your mindset. But like,
He living in a time where anybody can get it.
You know what I'm saying? And like
Takeoff died.
you know,
Takeoff died.
and to be fair, who knows? Like I know the shit I was doing at 23,
Yeah.
and some of that shit could have got me killed. Like let's be perfectly frank. So like
And that nigga be
I can only and he seems to be a very
active young man.
for all intents and words. So like you add all those things together, and shit can get real sticky, bro. Like so I could maybe understand why that happens. Now, very stupid, shouldn't have done it. Make better decisions. But with this new information with like the strip club releasing all the shit, it makes me realize that like, bro, the nigga was just having he was just too turned.
Just having a ball.
He was just fucking lit.
He be lunching on live.
Bro,
anytime he on live, he be wild.
You see when he was on the joint just crushing the Casamigos, like
On his way to the All-Star game.
gulping it down, like because
on the PJ where all his folks, endless money. You know what I'm saying?
playing the NBA young boy, having it. Why? Because
Having a time.
because young
What
boy,
young niggas do.
that's my whole point. Like he's a young nigga, so it's very hard
The
for
fact that
me.
he in the NBA, I feel y'all.
Yes,
But at the same time, like that's my stance on it. Like, bro, this is a young nigga at the end of the day to me. Like,
and my thing is stop trying to make these niggas role models for y'all. Like my thing is that like people are like, but what about the kids who look up to John? I'm like, hold on, he's 23. Like what? Like no.
Some of you are grown ass men critiquing him with pictures with guns.
My thing is like, I don't even care about that. In what world would you be like? Yeah, a 23-year-old. You would never. If you do even the most mature 23-year-old now, you probably be like, okay, you're still 23.
Yeah.
Like because who thinks a 23-year-old knows anything unless you think that.
Because when you were 23, niggas told you what? You know.
Unless you believe that because he's in a certain situation that the shit he's going through. So then you have to give him some grace. Like it can't be. Oh, he's 23. He's a role model. Boom, 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 and then also like
23-year-old no.
also
a role model.
it can't be that. He has to be that, and also he has to be a role model. It has to be like, yo, we're gonna help him learn how to be. We're gonna try to show him because at 23 he shouldn't be doing that. Like he should be doing what young adults do, making mistakes and learning from them. But when your mistakes is in front of literally the whole world to see, that shit gets a little harder, I would assume. Mm-hmm. Like my mistakes were for me and my friends and my family. Like that's who the mistakes were for.
And they were still hard to overcome.
You know what I'm saying? So imagine now having all these mistakes be literally out on Front Street, like for the whole world.
And millions of people are critiquing you.
You know,
just adding you daily.
Like listen, I'm guilty. Like I was dead ass making jokes about I made endless jokes about.
My only thing was that little ass pistol. That's the only thing I said about
only problem.
That was the only thing I said about it. Was that little ass pistol. And I left it at that.
That shit made me mad, man. I'm like,
Bro, I was like, come on, John.
My thing about
you
that
gonna
is
get bad. Get bad.
You know what I'm saying? This nigga did not do it right.
Y'all crazy, man. One thing about all that is that, like, while I feel what you're saying, like, once again, young nigga. Like, I don't even think he thinking all that way. You know.
So he wasn't thinking.
You know what I'm saying?
Like, he just in the moment vibing, bro.
High,
and I feel him.
High, drunk, fucked up.
Because although I may not be having guns or whatever, I be posting on my story, be drunk as shit, and vibing. Look, watch that thing in the morning, like, boy, we was toasted.
And you know what I'm saying? I'm sure he was like, oh,
fuck.
He
said your word.
Meant to put it on the fence then instead.
Bro,
hit the wrong button.
Hit the wrong button. I like that. And I totally
be like that.
Believe it, bro. Fuck your main page. What's your offense? That I'm trying to get to know the real you. Like that's all he was trying to do. He was trying to get y'all to know the real him. Like he was like, bitch, I'm turned up. Don't play with me. You see what that's all, bro? My man was spending $50,000 in the club. My guy. Like, I don't know about you.
Didn't they just play?
But
they lost.
that might be reason to keep a pistol on you. I don't know about you, but from my estimation,
I've never had $50,000 in cash.
like I know niggas who carry like $2K in cash and be having pistols on them. So like, I would just, you know, if I up that by 40 times.
Some niggas right now with no money carrying a pistol.
You know, I just wanted to keep it in the frame of, you know,
You know what I'm saying?
necessary reasons.
I'm just saying, I'm just saying.
But you know, like that shit is, to me, that shit is, we gotta be honest at least a little bit and be like, yo, we gotta, if we're gonna give grace, we gotta really give grace. You can't half-ass, oh, this nigga da-da-da, he's so stupid. How, like, yes, bad mistake, da-da-da, but like, have we ever considered why?
Battery.
But yeah, like, young nigga shit, and I really just feel like we should be a little bit, especially like, yo, just imagine being in the strip club and a few weeks after, the strip club posted all your pictures and all your business of you in the strip. Like, that's what he's going through. Like, that's what he's dealing with. So I would just, you know, like, niggas should, at least in my opinion, niggas should consider that when, you know,
I want to see these pictures.
having all the jaw discourse they're having, because he in a different ball game than you, my G. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's not living the same type of game you're living. And I think we should really acknowledge that when we trying to, you know, really talk about that justice. Also, shout out to the OG Sean Kemp. Apparently, he gonna beat that with ease.
I said that.
Stop stealing from people. Like, why y'all keep taking from people and thinking they're not gonna try to get their stuff back?
Uncle let that motherfucker sing, didn't he? Y'all saw the video?
Mm-hmm.
You ain't see it? He ain't get fucked. He let that thing ring, shorty. He was like, what? Bomb.
Definitely letting that thing go yappa.
Man, he had a big ass gun too, because that jump sounded crazy.
You can't see anything, but you can see a person who looks like a figure that would be him.
Yeah.
And you can hear it. And you can just see.
Like that jump echoed. I was like, shit.
So shout out to the OG, because like once again, like, stop trying to take from people. Like, if you don't try to take from people, we're not even in this situation. So stop being weird. Stop
It's
trying
just like,
to,
it's Sean Kemp, bro.
like, what's wrong
That's
with
some
you?
respect.
Like, if
Fucking
Sean Kemp can't run through the hood in peace,
Who
is
can?
everything sacred? Like, what's good with y'all? Oh, man. Look at that, buddies. Look at that.
Niggas don't respect the OGs no more, man.
Just want to say the New York Post is nasty. This is a nasty.
New York
The way they're
Post.
describing this nigga's actions at the club is crazy.
I'm saying, bro.
I'm gonna read one excerpt that just made me close this shit. He said, at the club, the grizzly turned horn dog.
Wow.
That's
What?
crazy.
Bro.
What?
That's crazy.
They said that?
Bro. That's right here, bro.
The grizzly turned horn dog?
Paying for 4 dancers and bottle service and wolfing down on a jersey busting spread. Man said,
So who wrote this?
Hickory smoked wings, man.
That's alright though. Where the strip club at?
Just can't even eat like wings.
Shotgun Willies.
Denver.
Shotgun Willie.
That's in Denver?
Shot fucking gun Willie. These pictures are jokes though. I felt it though. Just vibing.
That's what I'm saying,
You had some jumps with him on that?
Yeah, bro.
Alright, bet. Shotgun Willies, you say, huh?
Right.
Denver,
I
Colorado.
will go.
In a town near you.
Look at your man, Joe.
See?
Yeah, that's my guy.
He's locked in.
He's locked in.
He's a horn dog?
He's locked
No way he's a horn dog off that first picture. His hands are by his side.
He's locked in. It's crazy.
Oh, he's locked in.
He was looking down. Definitely looking down.
Hey, yo.
It's a nice view, man. He was paying for that. You're supposed to be attentive.
Whew.
You got to be present when you're paying for stuff.
They call it the grizzly a horn dog. That's crazy.
What model iPhone is this?
13.
So, shout out to whatchamacallit. Shout out to Job, because I feel as though
look like that, but
I feel like my boy was just having a good time,
You got the big boy.
and they doing a little too much, and I don't like that.
old one. I'm about to get a new one.
Do I have
Work phone.
That's what you need a fucking
man, the Josh shit really.
When did they drop the pics? This
Today.
is damning. So
It's today.
that's crazy. The pics is crazy.
40 years.
Hey, John. Keep doing your thing, man. Just keep it in the back, man. You know what I'm saying? Go to a private room or something.
And that's where he was. He thought he was.
Surely it was a
He
problem.
thought he was chilling. He thought he was in a spot where niggas wasn't going to be doing shit like this. And look,
Wow. Private room, you supposed to be getting privacy. They got cameras back there. It's a little nuts.
Shotgun Willies.
Right. You know what? Shotgun Willies, I don't know about you anymore.
Speaking of strip clubs, I found out yesterday, actually today, what city y'all think has the most strip clubs in?
somewhere probably
Somewhere
Portland.
random.
It's probably Portland.
It's fucking Portland.
For real?
How
Yeah.
the fuck? And why the fuck?
Yeah, I randomly knew that.
I don't know why.
I didn't know that.
It's kind of wild that you just randomly know that.
Well,
Well, I'm asking out
I was
there.
gonna say like witches
I
or
mean, I like
something.
some strip clubs.
This guy Charles do like a strip
I
club.
do like a strip club.
Okay.
Strip club's cool. Good place.
We went last time we were in Miami.
I like a strip club for a few reasons. Strip club, the ambiance is nice. Like most times, even if you go to a strip club in like a hole in the wall, once you get inside, it's like, oh, this is like
It's
a
alright.
pretty decent, like the feng shui is set up in a certain
Lighting
type.
class.
There's always
It's always a nice DJ.
there's always some sort of like
Music is always great in the
vibe.
strip
There's
club.
always some sort of vibe to.
Food is great.
Food's always good.
Food is always great in the strip club. If it's like what?
Like, bro, like
Let's be honest.
the strip club is good, man.
Hey, man.
There's very few times where you could be like, oh, strip club is just horrible vibes. More likely, the strip club is pretty decent. So,
The strippers may be trash.
yes. But
The
strip club
establishment itself.
probably gonna be pretty good. So there's that. You'll be surprised how much conversation. Like I haven't had a bad conversation with a stripper in a very long time. Like strippers be having like interesting things to say. Like even if
I'm not saying me personally ever.
even if it's a lot of nonsense, it's an interesting story. Like even if I know they're lying through the skin of their teeth,
It's always damn entertaining.
it's very entertaining.
You have to lie to me.
Please. Make it sound good, too. God
Make it sound good, goddamn, it's nasty.
That's what I'm saying. I ain't go that far. I just said lie to me.
But
Yeah.
you add that, it was just like.
You also have glitter on over your right brow.
And then like Mook said, the food be popping in the strip club. Like tell me when you haven't had some good wings in a nice strip club. Like wings always nice, fries always crisp.
The first thing we go to.
Like
They say job order steak as well.
I heard
come
they be
on,
having
bro.
food in the strip club, but they probably cook that junk to perfection.
It don't probably fly.
The junk probably going crazy. Probably had a baked potato.
Mm-hmm.
Good baked potato.
Good baked potato.
I'm just saying,
Like
like
saying, you gotta get your mean potatoes out of the game, baby.
if there's no safety,
Refuel.
if there's no safety in the strip
Right.
club, where is it?
Charles. You know what I'm saying? Just some things are sacred.
Like you can't even enjoy the strip club with these.
Nigga sent the CCTV screenshot jump.
That man is a father, man. Come on, guys.
Alright.
They been having no job, man.
That's so crazy to me. Like,
Come on.
yo,
Put it down there.
a nigga who's a father can't get fit. Like that's the shit that kills me. Like, yo, just because the nigga's a father, is he?
This nigga stressed. He just lost.
He been talking cash shit about what he is and ain't gonna do.
In the West. I'm good in the West.
He like, yo, I'm trying to release some stress.
Clearly not
Niggas
so much.
Niggas can't even let him get on, man. That shit crazy.
Denver is like, Jokic just
We
getting to
all you know what?
Jokic just getting to the finals.
Damn, that's how you play politics and
They
sports, bro.
can't play first round. They could play some second round, though.
Mm-hmm.
No,
else did we need to? Oh, and then Kyrie. Kyrie is back to his ways again.
He's not playing tonight.
He not?
No, and more Luka.
Kyrie seems upset about something.
He has soreness. Kyrie speaking, and then Luka has I forgot the injury.
Thigh would fuck with him.
Thigh contusion, I believe is what was listed. And then Kyrie has some soreness, back soreness or some shit like that. But yeah, I don't know. His live, I've seen clips of the live, Charles, I believe is what you were alluding to.
Mm-hmm.
He is upset about something. And then, like,
Yeah, Kyrie just seems upset.
you know what I'm saying? May Allah bless him and guide him. You know, hopefully Ramadan comes up and he's able to get back on the deen, man.
Yeah, Kyrie's issues definitely seem like they're bigger than anything. Like,
Yeah.
He seems like he's really upset at like a larger faction of the world. So I hope Kyrie, whatever is bothering him, he's able to overcome, because I think, like, once again, I hate that, like, people have to who feel like they gotta have shit so public, because, like, yo, I would hate to be like Kyrie's our age, he's 31. I would hate to be going through all this life shit. He got 2 kids. I think he just got like married or something.
He's been going through this shit since Duke.
You know what I'm saying? I would hate to be having all this shit so publicly for the world, and having people just chime in at every fucking
He
thing I
played
do.
13 games. How was he drafted number 1 overall? He was number 1 overall.
Mhm.
So it's just like, what? Did you see what the fuck he did in 13 games?
Yeah, I just think it's like, once again, it's very easy to sit up here and talk about how, like, these people should or shouldn't do this or that. But when you really look at it, it's like, bro, dudes be living hard, like, dudes be going through shit, bro. Should be stressful, bro.
I don't know what that nigga going through at home.
You know, people be having things that be fucking them up, and they be needing, like,
Some good smoke.
be needing what they need. So always try to, you know, have some compassion for your brothers, man.
Yes, Charles.
Have some compassion.
Yes. No, real shit. You know what I'm saying? Niggas always want to make a joke out of something, make shit a meme, and it's just like, hold on, bro. Like, can we sit back and adjust this as humans? Like, you know what I'm saying? Grant, he's a rich basketball player. I get it. It's funny at times. But it's just like, that nigga's a human at the end of the day, bro. Like, niggas, you don't always want to be the bed every time you going through something and doing something. You know what I'm saying? You just want to get your shit off. He don't laugh getting his shit off because he probably feel like he can't talk to nobody else. He don't know who else he could probably confide in, so he just giving that shit to the world.
Fact, bro. Like, and think about that. Think about
that's kind of crazy,
right? A nigga in that position feel like he gotta go to live,
yeah,
to get his shit off. Like,
that's wild, bro. And you gonna try and make jokes about this shit and all this and all that, like myself included, because I be doing this shit. I be doing this shit. I be saying I'll be lunching, but it's just like I say it as like in a different way. Cause it's like, bro, like, I can't, like, if this a ummah for real, he's Muslim, so it's just like this a ummah. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, like, I'm critiquing you because I care, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, like, get to the thing, fool. Like, lean towards Allah. Like, that's why I tweeted myself, like, I got healthy coping mechanisms. You know what I'm saying? It's a bunch of shit. I can't wait for Ramadan to come so I can just stop. Like, just cease. Let my body actually, like, heal. You know what I'm saying? Mentally, spiritually, physically, all of that. So it's just like, that's more so where I be coming from when I be critiquing Kyrie, because it's like, it be like that, bro. But it's just like, you focus on what you got, work, and the deen, family, work. You good. And that's just like, that's what it's just like, I wish you could get back to that. Because some things you don't need to talk to humans about. They'll never understand. No matter the human you talk to, whether it be therapy, your wife, father, mother, like, food, like, some things humans is not going to understand. You just going to have to put your forehead to that floor and get to it.
that's real. That's a real shit. And people don't want to hear that. Like I think people get upset. I think people take that the wrong way. I think people take that like, oh, you know, you're being whatever, like you're being standoffish, you're not being open. But I think that's real. I think certain things people are gonna go through, they're gonna go through. Like, there's not gonna be anything that anybody is gonna be able to talk them out of or talk them through because that's just what it is. Like you can't.
There's no advice you'll be able to get from a human.
Yeah, and it's just like, and I think that hurts people.
There's certain things that you're going through that will satisfy you.
Yeah, I think that hurts people more than they would like to admit.
Mm-hmm.
And like, there's sometimes the people who they care so deeply about, they just can't be helped in the way that they want to help. Like it's kind of crazy because Foley's mom, she said that today. She was like, you can ask and do anything you want so much, but like your child will be your child's gonna do what your child does, and there's not gonna be a damn thing that you or anybody can do about it. And that's kind of surreal to think about, right? Like you could do everything the right way apparently, and somebody still won't be whoever the fuck they want to be.
Exactly, bro.
So, no, it's definitely a interesting thing to think about, for sure. At least in my opinion.
They're doing you vicious.
No, it really is. Like, people don't realize, bro. Like, this life shit is a very vicious thing, as we say.
Bro. Like, shit vicious, bro. Like with Ramadan coming up, I've been trying to just chill, doing certain things, because I've definitely been listening to the whispers of the shaitan. And so it's like certain shit is just like, why? Like, I know for a fact this is that. You know what I'm saying? I know when I do it the most. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, oh yeah, like, be missing my cousin for his name. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's one thing I've really been struggling with. Like, losing him. On top of losing grandma too, but that was back to back. And then just like living with cousin and all that. So, you know, but losing my man, I was just like killed for. And it's just like I can't hold you. I be at the bar, crazy. You know what I'm saying? After work, get 1 or 2. Nothing crazy. You know what I'm saying? But just enough to take the edge off, just to go home, cause going home be wild. You know what I'm saying? Used to live with the nigga, still live with his mother and his little sister. Yeah, see them right there. That's a different thing, son. You know what I'm saying? So, go home, chat with it. And that's why I was like, yeah, I can't wait for Ramadan to come. Because it's like, I can't talk to nobody about those type of things. Like, that's some shit me and Allah gotta get very intimate about. You know what I'm saying? So, and I've been running away from it. That's why I've been tweeting about Ramadan lately. Because I was just like, yeah, I can't wait. Like,
When it start?
21st. The night of the 21st actually starts Ramadan. But the 22nd is the first day of Ramadan. It'll be the first day of fasting.
Couple weeks,
10 days.
Oh shit, today coming out.
Yeah.
So, let's get into this, pre-Ramadan vibes. This is Ramadan number 3 or 4?
4.
As this is your 4th one, is there anything new? Has anything changed? Do you feel different going into it?
Yeah, like, last Ramadan I had days to make up because, the wedding. You know what I'm saying? Consuming alcohol on the day of the wedding. We're doing Ramadan. Try to crush my whole fasting process beforehand. So I made up the whole month later on, some days before, and then I did later on in November before we left to go to Miami for my birthday. So going into this Ramadan, once again, I had no days to make up. Alhamdulillah. So I'm actually way more focused on this one. Like I told y'all privately, I will be not smoking either during this Ramadan. Some other shit that I want to do personally that I'm trying to get done as well. But I'm stopping smoking weed as well, even when I break my fast, because I don't want to smoke jacks no more. And me being a smoker, I know that just me smoking is going to continue to smoking jacks. So it's like if I don't do something for 30 days, they say it take 2 weeks to actually break a habit to continue to do it, and take about 6 months for the urge to stop. And so with this being nicotine, and then me also putting funnel on my J's and shit like that, so it's like it means I need to stop smoking weed and jacks as well. So that's one thing, one of my goals. But I also have a couple personal goals that I'm gonna accomplish that's between me and Allah that I made dua about. So yeah, so inshallah, you know what I'm saying, may Allah guide me to see Ramadan, have a successful Ramadan. And some other things too. I want to get y'all fellas for Eid, you know what I'm saying? Everybody involved with the pod, Shirley, y'all, KD, you know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? For Eid, when we do, after we come back and we have a little celebration jump, you know what I'm saying? Trying to have a feast with my guys on film, so, yeah. And then I'm going to have gifts for y'all then, and get y'all gifts right then, so.
Brother, very happy for you, you know, prayers for you on your journey as
I appreciate that,
as
man.
you enter the Ramadan season.
Yeah, and then Allah has blessed me in the professional world as well. So it's just like that's another thing.
Yes,
The reason
sir,
why
yes,
I'm very focused on this Ramadan, because it's just like because I looked out, I kept saying I ain't want it, but you know what I'm saying, it's your time and then it's Allah's time, and I took this thing running, shorty. So yeah, professionally I'm doing well, emotionally I'm doing way better, and mentally I'm doing great. So. And financially, boy, I'm telling you, alhamdulillah. So,
It's a chicken.
Yeah.
We love to see it.
You know, it's crazy. A year ago, we did the 201 jump with KD, and I said, nigga said, what's your jump, what's your focus for this year? I was like, money. And
Boom.
I stuck to that.
Love to hear it, bro.
Yeah, so, and some other shit that we got personally. I just got some goals, so. And some things that we talked about for the pod that I'm trying to do too. So with the money and all this extra shit, it's like, yeah, Ramadan, I ain't gonna be spending no money on no bullshit. So yeah, inshallah, you know what I'm saying? May Allah bless us and guide us, you know what I'm saying? Safeguard us and provide us with everything else that's at in this world and hereafter. I mean, and love everybody, man. Stay safe, because I'm tired of losing people.
Nah, real shit, bro.
Shout out to Foley and her family, man. May Allah safeguard them, bring hearts and minds to ease. And we love y'all from the bottom of our hearts.
No, for real. That's
Real
what
shit.
I said.
And I apologize for not being
Whole
able to make it
family.
today.
Rest in peace, Timmy.
For sure, for sure.
Justice for Timmy, for sure.
I'm done.
So we turn into a sports podcast now.
Yeah, let's do that. We
Alright.
done with the mood enough.
Always know how to do that.
For sure. Just one thing we're good at.
We are peak NBA season as far as down the stretch. We're about 66 games for most, 66, 65 games for most teams. So about 15, 14 left. Right now, if I said I'm gonna give you $1,000 and I'll let you use that $1,000 anyway to place as many bets as you want on the NBA Finals, what would you do?
1,000?
Gave you $1,000 and I told you you can place as many bets, as many ways as you want on the NBA Finals. What would you do?
Okay. I'm gonna put 200 on Dallas and Celtics. I'm gonna put 100 on that.
I'm gonna put 100 on the Celtics versus Dallas. Okay.
Yeah, in the finals. Okay. I'm gonna have Giannis. I ain't gonna hold you. I don't even know the rankings in the West right now. Who's number one?
Denver.
Who's number two?
Clusterfuck.
Sacramento, Memphis.
It changes every day.
That's what I'm saying.
Sacramento and Memphis are 2 and 3.
Okay. I Joker. I put 200 on that. So I'm at 300 right now.
Okay. I like that.
Celtics Kings.
Mm.
I'm gonna put 300 on that. That's a little sleevey gem.
Free money.
Yeah, little sleevey gem. You know what I'm saying? Just in case I do have it and I do make it. Bomb. Because I really like them. I like what Sabonis and De'Aaron are doing right now. No, yeah, Charles, I know his name. Yeah, I know their names. Because I was watching the highlights earlier today. Where am I, 600 right now? Alright, so let me get the Warriors and Celtics to run that thing back. And let me get the 200 on that. So we at 8. What's the top 3 in the East?
Celtics, as of today, Bucks, Celtics, Sixers.
Okay. Ooh. Let me get, where am I, 800?
Mm-hmm.
Let me get the last 2
Mm-hmm.
for Denver and Sixers.
Ooh, big man.
Yeah.
I like that one.
I like that one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Automatic. Will you participate?
This man said props.
I gave you $1,000 any way you would like on NBA Finals.
Yeah, I really can't call it right now, man. I don't.
The
think
West
these
is
teams-
blowing me because the last time I checked, the fucking Kings were second. Now they were third. Now they're second. The fucking Warriors were fourth. Now they're probably like sixth. So it's like I don't know anything about the West right now.
If you give me the K, I'm definitely getting the Bucks Nuggets off just because why not? Or probably do Celtics Nuggets as well.
How much you putting down
I don't know. No idea.
though? Okay, just give us the games.
That's where I'm at right now.
All right.
If you're giving me the bread, play that. And I don't know, I'll do some other shit after that because I don't think the Nuggets win it. And yeah, like,
I definitely don't.
I don't know who the fuck else will win it.
Winners for a reason.
I don't fucking know.
I just gave you matchups.
I'm just trying to tell you, I like what you did there. So for me personally, it's pretty. I think it's pretty simple for me. For this, I'm going Sixers. Sixers Warriors 250.
Ooh, I like that.
Sixers.
I don't like
Sixers Warriors.
Sixers Warriors.
But I know who's gonna
250.
win
it.
that.
I wouldn't tell it.
Sixers.
Steph in the know.
Uh,
He go against the Sixers.
He gotta make the first.
I don't believe in the Nuggets at all.
So fuck it.
See?
Sixers, Suns. I
Yeah.
can't believe I'm saying it.
Exactly.
Sixers, Suns, 150. Then Bucks.
You at 4 right now?
Yeah. Bucks. Oh my god, the West is so actually. Bucks,
So
Warriors,
The West is the muckiest shit ever.
100.
It's just like
The Bucks and who?
Warriors,
Okay.
100. Bucks, Suns, 250.
I would hate
I'm
that.
at 750.
Yeah.
100.
I can
I'm gonna
see
do
that, though.
Celtics.
He definitely do that one.
I'm gonna do Celtics. I can't believe I'm saying this. Celtics Grizzlies, 100.
Hey Dylan.
Alright, 850.
Ride for Dylan.
And then my last 150. Actually, I'm gonna split this up into 275s. So for 175 is gonna be Celtics,
Charles Lays be crazy.
Celtics Suns, and then
I would like to see
Sixers,
I'm scrolling.
Sixers Kings, because I love Mook's idea of the Kings being in the NBA Finals.
Yeah.
And why not make a run? If you're gonna make a run, why not make a run?
You feel me?
So that will be my $1,000.
It'd be crazy. Because them young boys are definitely going to treat them other guys like they are Nathaniel.
You got anything else for us on that?
Shirley, want to get in on this action?
I'm taking. Some of the matchups actually sounded real good. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, these top threes.
That's all I wanted was the top 3, because anything else all that shit can change in like 2 weeks, bro.
And it will.
I'm taking 100 on Bucks Celtics.
Okay.
I'm taking 200 on Suns Celtics. I'm taking another one on. I'll take one on Grizzlies and Sixers. I'll take one on Grizzlies Sixers just to shake it up. So that's 4.
Yeah.
200 on.
Can't fuck with the Sixers.
Can't fuck with the Grizzlies.
Nah, I gotta throw one in
Yeah.
there. Yeah,
I love the Hawks.
I'll take 200 on Kings and Celtics. My 6. I'll take 200 on Suns Bucks if I can get that one off already. And well, if I
think
did,
that was your first one.
then Suns Celtics, Tatum Durant, and then I think I'm at 8. I'll take another 200 on Embiid and I'll go.
Embiid, Joker.
Yeah, I like that one. I like that. I can see that happening. I don't know if the Nuggets gonna win, but I can see that happening.
I don't see them doing anything, but for the first round exit for sure. Nuggets.
The Nuggets are weird to me because
Like, bro, I hate that.
they're one of those teams where when I look at them on paper, I'm like, oh, this works very well.
Then I watch them play and it's just like, are y'all good?
And then I watch them lose to the Spurs, and I'm just like,
Oh, they lost that game?
Yes.
and I'm like,
Yeah,
is this the?
I've seen the Rockets.
No, because you know what I believe about the NBA. Like the NBA just started like 2 weeks ago.
I seen the Rockets play them.
So and they lost they lost the game before the Spurs to another team that isn't good,
Like,
and it makes me
was it
think like,
Indiana?
Indiana's not terrible.
Yeah.
no, it was worse than Indiana.
They got a bunch of just
But they winning games and scoring points.
Long story short is that
Halliburton.
they lost some games where it really made me question
Validity.
like what's really good? Like, are they losing these games because this is the dog days of the NBA and they're just tired and they don't want to give, or are they really just a team that
Is
when
Murray back?
Yes.
everyone's there?
They're
There's no excuses now.
It just don't feel like
You
it.
know what I'm saying? So like,
Nico said yes.
Oh, I don't like Murray. Bro dropped 27 and then just dropped 12 the next game. It's like, bro. But that's just Nugget ball. They just be playing weird, bro.
yeah, and that's what I'm
They
saying.
play weird ball.
And my thing about that is that type of basketball gonna like.
Bro,
I've been watching
double it
basketball.
up in the playoffs every game.
I can be
That's how I
honest with
feel
you,
about the fucking Mavs.
but at least for
Yeah.
what it's worth,
Niggas.
I seen them go to the NBA Finals last year off the strength of the fact. The Western Conference Finals off the strength of the fact that Luka just was like, "Y'all gonna do this," and that's one thing I know about basketball.
Oh yeah, in playoff time it's just like give
And I
Luka
know
the
that
ball and get the
I've known that about basketball my whole life. That at any given point, one dude can just be like, "Yo, I'm gonna be the guy."
How do niggas feel about the chemistry between Luka and Kyrie?
I don't think it's there. They ain't playing enough yet.
I mean, I don't really think that's a big deal because
They play a lot of ISO.
That's why it works.
They always, a lot of teams do that. Like, I mean, recently, at least, like we've seen the Warriors go to that at the end. Like, I'm not saying that was the Warriors' offense. Please, no one. But I'm saying you saw at very key moments during the Kevin Durant Warriors where Steph or KD would go into ISO mode and try to get buckets because they were just like, that's what we needed to do. So, I think Jason Kidd can draw up some better offenses earlier in games to get them into some, better sets and things of that nature. But ultimately, like, I don't see it being this thing where they just can't get it done. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just doesn't seem like something to me. It doesn't seem like a real issue. At least in my mind.
Get what done? A chip?
Play together. Because my thing about
I'll don't think they're the problem at all.
Well, here's one thing about a ship.
Defense.
Not every team is like only one team can win a ship. So it's like they just got to the Western Conference Finals the year before. All right, you expect them to get back? That one time the Portland Trailblazers got to the Western Conference Finals in 2019. Have they been to the close since?
Don't think so.
So it's just like, and people, every time people talk about Dame, they want to be like, well, Dame's not, well, okay, well, then it can't only be about, like, when it has to be about multiple things, right? It has to be about being a good regular season team, having a decent culture as an organization, all that good shit, right? So for me, when I look around, these niggas play like 10 games together. Like, let's give them, like, you know, some time to maybe try to get this shit right, and then let's see what's going on. Let's see if they're really, if this is something that is sustainable, can it work, you know, all that good shit. But right now, I think it's too early to just be like, hey, this is that or this is this. I think it's a little bit more complex as far as how that team looks and how that team functions, especially with those two guys.
Get that shit together.
KD to the Suns, he's hurt again. They done?
Yeah, I mean, that was the whole point, right? Like, you traded away.
Is A coming back for the finals? I mean, for the playoffs. Or at least the beginning of it.
I mean, if he playing, then, you know, availability is the key thing.
I think the KD thing is hilarious to me because KD has been on the Sun, the Thunder, the Warriors, the Nets, and now the Suns. The only two championships he has is with the Warriors. It's not like KD is an automatic championship.
No.
You know, it's like, it's just like you can't even be like KD. You just pencil KD in and you go into the finals. Like, there's a lot of things that have to, like, it seems that have to work around, like most basketball players. Like, that's how basketball, like, very few basketball players.
He's been in the finals since he left.
Yeah, most basketball, like, even Kawhi, like, for what it's worth, Kawhi been to a Western Conference Finals in LA. Like, and he been hurt and shit too. So, like, you know, but, like, he's at least gotten them to, like, the pinnacle to be like, oh, we got a chance to maybe get to the finals. Can't say that about KD outside of with the Warriors and the Thunder. That shit was just a whole implosion. So I guess now we'll get to see if, like, that was just an outlier, and that says more about what Brooklyn got going on as an organization. But as of right now, I think the jury is still out. Like, he would really need to, like, do something crazy with the Suns to validate all this other nonsense.
The one game I did see him play with the Suns, I like the way he played though. Like, I like the way he was involved in the offense.
When have you ever watched KD play basketball and not like the way he played?
Touche.
Like, that's my one thing about Kevin Durant and some of the conversation around him. It's like,
but, like, I mean, like, it's just like he's just like, I don't gotta take over. With the Brooklyn shit, it was just like, oh, all right.
No, I definitely feel
I'm
that.
the guy. But, like, with Phoenix, it's more so like, oh yeah, it's more so the Warriors type basketball style he was playing. Just like, oh yeah, I'm in the offense. I'm not the offense.
It was him, Kyrie, and him, Kyrie, and Harden in Brooklyn. He didn't have to be the guy, bro. He was chilling.
But how many times did them niggas play together?
13. Famously.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they didn't even play together on paper. Like Charles said earlier, you see it. It's just like, oh yeah, all them niggas didn't even play together. Like, niggas was just hurt and missing time, a bunch of other shit. So it was just like, yeah, Harden was pushing his way out anyway.
I don't really know how I feel about the whole KD time in
Brooklyn.
Yeah, because it's just like,
weird.
It's weird because it's just like, will we ever actually know, like, what the fuck was going on?
I would hope someone told us. DiVincenzo started.
So like, unless we ever find out, it's just like whatever.
New NBA.
Type shit, bro. Like, what we gonna do?
Obviously nothing, Charles.
Last thing I want to hit on the sports front. Fucking Lamar Jackson.
I knew it.
Bro, these niggas need to stop playing and pay Lamar.
It's Baltimore.
I just don't understand why you wouldn't pay Lamar.
I don't know, bro.
Like, when I look around, like, what other, not like what other options, but really, like, what other options do you really have? Like, if you don't pay him, what are you going to do?
Snoop.
Trade up in the league. Trade up.
Huntley?
I mean, that's obviously that's what they're banking on at this point. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it
These
just,
niggas are wild, bro.
like, it doesn't make sense.
Pro
to me.
Bowler Snoop Huntley, man. Gotta put some respect on him.
I fuck with that, but no.
Not at all.
God bless. But
That's next in line in Baltimore when Lamar rolls.
you're stamping that he's leaving?
I think so, bro. I think he's out of it.
I don't know if we leave him, but I could see a team signing this man.
Who's gonna send the two first?
Mm-hmm.
That's what I want to know. I want to know who's gonna send the two first.
I think people will send the two first. If
Bro,
they need
Lamar was an MVP. Like, to
I'm
me,
saying, bro.
to me,
I
it's
agree.
kind of crazy. Like, the idea that, like, oh,
He
we
might be in Green Bay.
shit, they don't do shit like that.
Yeah.
But like,
They won't.
Y'all better let Aaron walk.
yeah, for Jordan Love, like, there's a whole purpose, right? Like, it's a whole
Oh yeah, like this is what we do here.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, exactly. So,
The GM definitely said that. He was like, Brett had a good career here. Aaron had a great career here. On to the next.
you know, let's just go live over there for better or for worse type shit.
Right.
Nah, when I really think about it, Lamar, like, when I watch the Ravens, tell me who's the skill position player that you're just like, oh my God.
Lamar Jackson.
You know what I'm saying? Like, he is literally everything to that whole team. The offense, the everything. And it just baffles me that a team like that would just be like, all right, fuck it. Now, like, I ain't seen Lamar play,
Ozzy would have been to get this done.
but it just really baffles me because when I look around, like, he don't got an Amari Cooper, he don't got any of these like players that these other dudes got, and it's like, yo, what are we talking about here? Like, it really kind of disturbs me that the dude who like plays with the least weapons in the most violent sport and puts his body on the line the most out here getting treated like
Can't be compensated.
like he's doing like the NFL is doing him charity work. Like, that's the thing that kind of upsets me. It's like
man, I'm doing y'all favor.
like he's the one who's doing Baltimore the favor. He's the one who's putting his body on the line for his organization, who ain't giving him no fucking
It's not
results.
just Baltimore, but he's doing the NFL a favor. Just like, bro, what? Niggas come to see me no matter where I'm at.
Yeah, he's box office type shit.
Niggas tune in to see me play no matter what time I'm playing.
He's box office.
No matter who I'm playing.
That's right.
You know what I'm
There's no
saying?
denying that. I would not deny that. Like,
Fantasy football draft pick shit, all that. Your fantasy football shows that y'all love to promote, who they talking about?
You talking about that?
I'm not just a quarterback pick, like I'm a player pick in fantasy because I run the ball as well. Like, come on, fool. Like, he's doing football a vicious service. Compensate that man.
Yeah, I just think they really gotta look within because it's just like
Paying Dak. And
I think in particular Baltimore has to
I'm
look
pissed
within.
off.
Because it's like
I'm pissed off.
because Baltimore really thought about like just like the city of
saying
Baltimore. What, he's a lifer?
Yeah, it's talking about Dak.
He's like,
You ain't fucking with Dak being a life.
No, I need y'all to bring Kirk Cousins back.
Why aren't you fucking with Dak being a life?
Look, I'm not fucking with it.
Oh, you're not fucking with it.
Cowboys fans are not fucking with him being alive.
I'm
It's
not
just
fucking
like,
with him, period.
when do y'all, you know?
I didn't fuck with him since we drafted him. I've been very consistent on my stance.
I think Dak gets a bad rap because I don't think Dak.
I don't think he's bad.
Yeah, that's my thing. I think Dak is good for what he does. So like,
It's not good enough.
for me, it's hard to be like, Dak should, like Dak. We should be doing this or that with Dak because.
He never did that.
Yeah, like
That's not him.
it seems weird to be expecting something from a dude who has been pretty consistent his whole career and the type of way he plays, and who the type of player he is. Not like Dak woke up one day and was like, "Oh, I'm about to be like this." Like Dak has kind of always been the way he's been. Or am I wrong about that? Like, it seems like people have.
He hasn't changed since.
Yeah, it seems like people have decided.
Whatever fucking school he went to in the SEC, that wasn't Bama or LSU.
It seems like people have decided something about Dak that isn't true to him, and are now upset that he hasn't brought it through. Like Dak stopped running a long time ago. Like I ain't seen Dak run since like 2017. We in year 2023 now.
Consistently.
Like he ain't run since like the second year. Like so for me, it's like, who is this Dak Prescott that y'all think is just gonna be here doing all these things that apparently he's supposed to been doing?
3 run for that motherfucker. Dak, stop playing me.
I just don't get it. And last but not least,
Someone needs to fucking score.
I want to go back to the NBA because this is my last topic. Because we didn't even get to it, and this is probably the most important thing.
What's up?
The Jokic MVP shit.
What about it?
You think? So you saw like the MVP bias?
Perk.
Yeah.
Basically, that's what you're about to talk about.
Yeah.
In a nutshell.
Are you vibing or no?
Well, what Perk said?
Yeah.
I actually didn't press play. What did he say?
I think it's some truth to it. Him and JJ Redick got into it.
He said basically that there's a bias towards white players, in particular European players, when it comes to MVP voters. That they have a bias towards them.
And my only argument
basically
is
grading them on a lower scale, less critique, less criticism than.
But Dirk went crazy that year.
This is my issue.
Individually, like Dirk went nuts that year, bro. Jokic be going crazy, but I definitely think Embiid should be MVP this year.
Here's my thing about Jokic.
There's some other niggas involved.
And the MVP award in a nutshell. They move the criteria all the time. Like, they move it all the fucking time. Sometimes it's about this, sometimes it's about that, sometimes it's like this, sometimes it's like that. So as someone who, like, if you looking at it just from, like, strictly, like, what the fuck is going on, it's like, yo, how can y'all decide just arbitrarily, it seems like, the criteria for this award? And if you do that, then I can see how people could say, like, yo, there got to be some bias here, because sometimes y'all telling me it's the nigga who's the best at the sport. Sometimes you telling me it's the nigga who's on the best team. Mm-hmm. Sometimes you telling me it's the nigga who did the most with the least. Mm-hmm. Sometimes you telling me it's someone who did something historic.
Which was Dirk that year that he won it. He did the most with the least.
Well, see, that's the issue at hand. So
yeah.
When you got all these different criteria,
he got swept in the first round by the Warriors, but hey.
I mean, when you got all these different criteria, it's very easy for people to be like, "Yo, what the fuck is going on? Like, how can I judge this if?"
He himself said he shouldn't have won the MVP though.
But that's the thing, like MVP. Once you give something to someone, what is that? How is that Dirk's fault? Like, is it his fault that they voted for him?
No.
And I think this is the issue with Jokic. Like, I think the people. First of all, we live in a racist country. Like, we would all agree that, right? Yeah. So if we live in a racist country, why wouldn't there be certain why would NBA voters?
I'm pretty sure Luke. This shit about to happen with Luke in like another 2 years.
Why would? But my thing is that if everybody admits
that shit with Luke about to piss everybody.
But my thing about this, if everybody admits that we live in a racist or biased society, why would basketball
be any
different? Why would the people who cover that sport somehow be like the one benevolent group of white people in society? In a society of racist people, why would the NBA basketball people who cover it just
have a G commissioner, Charles?
That's so whack. Like that notion that,
like I said that.
That notion that for some reason, like
full circle, baby,
they care more or will care more is just like so weird to me.
Oh,
be like that. Yeah, the thought in his mind, bro. He get done coughing, he gonna say that motherfucker too.
No, I just went in the wrong fight.
Okay.
But ultimately,
see,
I think Jokic is suffering from the fact that there's a lot of people who just are doing the most, and since they're doing the most, he's getting a bad rap. Like since they're doing so much, he ends up looking bad in the situation, and it's like, damn.
And he's a victim.
Yeah, like Jokic dead ass is a victim because like.
And I don't be saying white man victims is like.
He out here just trying to get buckets, mind his fucking business.
Like, I don't be saying white men just be victims.
And all these people just keep trying to use him for these weird ass agendas, like to push like this is the proper way to play. You know, like it's and that's the thing. Like they say little shit like that, and it's just like, well, how else you think people are supposed to look at it and take what you say into account? Like, oh, your kids, this and that. Like people have, I think, only one way but to take it, be somewhat offended, in my opinion.
Finally, 6 minutes. I'm trying to get another bucket.
But any other takes we gotta get out of here before we leave?
The Kings are really good basketball. I didn't know how much good basketball they really were, but they really are good basketball.
Yeah,
I still believe in Portland for some reason.
Like that they'll make the playoffs?
Yeah, that they'll make the playoffs. I believe I said that. That was my thing initially, that they'll make the playoffs.
Yeah, I like Portland. I think Portland's a good team.
I do too.
Tough loss on Friday.
Tell me.
Oh, I mean, but like MVP, right?
Well, I mean, prior, he was up like 13 or some shit.
But that's what happens when you play the MVP, buddy.
Yeah. Portland gotta be better.
Yeah, that's true.
Make a point. Don't be in this situation. Whatever, though.
For sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Just to carry a take, not to carry it, but I'm very disappointed. I was riding for Luka all year.
To be MVP?
And that's clipped.
I didn't even know that, like, when I found out that these niggas weren't playing tonight, I was like, what?
Yeah, Luka been had the fucking thigh. It's just been getting worse.
No, yeah, I've heard about it, but I didn't think it was that bad.
But nah, niggas was talking Kyrie all day. I thought he was playing.
Yeah, I thought Kyrie was gonna play today.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
Yeah, without both of them. That's what I'm saying. I was like, what? Both of these niggas not playing tonight? About to lose by like 13.
Right. If not more.
I think they're up right. No, down 7.
We're on pace, baby. We're on pace.
We good? We good to go? Anybody, kids? Nothing else? All right, kids. See you later.
Happy International Women's Month, man.
Yes. Shout out to the baddies.
Always. And the uglies.